Greetings, freedom fighters. Today I'm making a video instead of writing a long post, which I much rather do, because I have a message, a very important message, and it's way too deep and complex to be put in a post. I want to step my game up, and I want to tell you why and how. As many of you know, I'm a survivor of incest, rapes, and domestic violence. And I've had a lot of struggles in my life, which created a lot more abuse, which created more trauma, and it's like a vicious circle, obviously. But one of the biggest problems for me from having all that trauma is addictions. And I struggled with drinking and smoking weed and cigarettes pretty much all of my life, off and on. And obviously that's created a lot of problems. And one of the reasons why it was so hard for me to live sober and straight in this world is because I felt like I didn't fit in, and I didn't understand how people can't see all the pain, and how we are living makes no sense. We have everything we have here because we're taking it off the back of someone else who struggles, who can hardly eat. And you know, the worst thing is that all the stuff, these extra things that we have, that we think we need, are making us sick and making us disconnected from our reality. And so we have so much mental health issues here. And so it doesn't make sense, and not everything is off balance, you know. I don't know if you guys are aware, but even before the pandemic, 30,000 kids died of starvation every day. And I looked around and no one seemed to care. And I had a really hard time with that. And so I had to work really hard to learn how to manage these my personal emotions towards all the things that trigger me, but also how to manage what was happening around me and what I could do about it. And so it was really hard for me to be sober. But when I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, I think I was like 39, and I was told it was a long-term disability, and I was in my bed in so much pain, so tired, not able to get up. I told myself it was time to change. I wasn't gonna go down like that. So I got help. I went through group therapy and learned that what was happening to me is not because something was wrong with me, but it was because I was very normal. It was a very normal reaction for what had happened to me. And that helped me a lot to accept myself and forgive myself and start taking care of myself like I had to. And so I got sober April 19th of 2018, 3 years ago. Stopped drinking and smoking completely and replaced that with working out, going to the gym, which is very important for me, for my mental health. But also eating better, doing yoga, meditating, deep breathing, being really aware of what's happening in my body, taking supplements, you know, all that good stuff. And I completely changed around. I mean, I don't have fibromyalgia, or I don't know, I guess when I get nervous, some little things come back, but I know how to get rid of it. I lost 60 pounds and I was in the best shape of my life. And so I used that to help others too, as a facilitator, which I really loved. And I used my experience to help others, which made it all worthwhile. Everything I had gone through, you know, it made sense to me now. So I was in the best place of my life, and I thought that nothing could bring me down. But when the pandemic hit, it hit me hard. It took me off balance. I feel like both my feet left the ground. I'm so triggered. You know, at first I was trying to maintain working out, you know, everything in a certain way, but at some point I can do it. The stress was too much. I didn't recognize myself. I was crying so much I couldn't breathe. Very unlike me. And I'm not used, I have issues with crying, so it was very difficult. And I was like, I'm gonna need to medicate myself. And so I started smoking weed again. I'm really, really ashamed of this. It's a big weakness for me. I'm at the head of the nursing movement, but I feel like crap because I smoke weed. I don't feel good enough. I think that's ridiculous. And I told myself that it's time to snap out of it. I feel like I'm not a healer because of it. I can't heal people anymore. You know, I'm doing great with the nursing. I'm great there. Let's do it as a nurse. But my mission as a healer has taken a back seat. And I've lost hope too, because I look at the damages. I was looking before, I had this thing where I was helping people and I had hope for the world. I was like, if a few, just not too many of us do this and help many, those many will grow, and you know, there's hope, there's light. The world we're gonna be, you know, the world's gonna be a great place. You know, we're gonna do this, we're gonna save humanity. And then the pandemic hit, and it's like there's so much mental health going. I can't even handle mine. I feel like the healer in me went into a hole and hid. I felt like I wasn't good enough to do that anymore. But several months have passed. And the thing is, people say, well, it's just weed. Well, yeah, it's just weed for many people. Could just smoke a joint here and there, having fun with their friends. But for me, it's not just weed. It's an addiction. It's a slippery slope. When you start going that way, you know, I started smoking weed. I'm not working out like before. I've lost a lot of muscle mass. I'm not eating enough. I'm not eating well. I don't do yoga. I don't meditate. I'm obsessed with everything about the movement that we're doing, which is great, but not healthy, because I can do much better and help a lot more people if I'm at my best. And so I've had enough of this false belief that society puts onto us that addicts are crap and weak. It's a lie. The way I see it, addicts are people that were not able to adjust to this sick society we live in. They're great people. And you know what? I've decided that I am a healer. And maybe the setback was for me to see that even in the worst of cases, I can readjust myself. Yeah, go back a little, readjust myself. I feel stronger already. And now I feel like I'm here to help other addicts. Yes, I have a big mission in the nursing field, but I have a much bigger mission in this mental health department, because many are suffering, and I believe that I can help you. We can help each other. So I've decided that we should start some sort of group. So before, like I said, before the pandemic, I was facilitating and I loved it. It was really important for me. But when the pandemic hit, I was facilitating survivors of sexual abuse, adults, obviously. And I was so triggered at how abusive the measures were. And I thought everyone in my group would feel the same way, but they didn't. They were all scared of COVID. And as a facilitator, of course, I respect how people feel, but I can be truthful and I can share how I felt. And I felt sick knowing that these people that were already abused are being abused again and don't know it. And so I started hating facilitating and I stopped doing it. And facilitating was very important for me. It was a big part of my healing. So I lost now the gym and my healing. And I know you can work out at home. I have all the weights at home, but it's not the same thing. They are telling us we can't do it. And I think that's what pisses me off the most. But also, it's a health thing, right? It's supposed to, you do it to be healthy. I'm doing it to stay healthy, and they're not letting me do it. Anyways, I love facilitating. And I've decided that we have to start a movement for the mental health, people that are struggling with their mental health. And so I want to create Zoom meetings. I know Zoom meetings. I mean, we can talk about doing in-person stuff too. I'm down for it, but we can start with the people online. And I want to do Zoom support meetings where we support each other and talk about our things, and we can talk freely about how we disagree with the measures, and no one's going to judge us. So I want to start doing that, but I also want to ask everyone, what can I do? What do you think I should do? Give me ideas. I hate doing lives. I know after this, I'm going to do a live in a few days with Kristen to talk about it. And that's great. She's so awesome. Thank God for Kristen. And she's going to help me with that. But should we do live videos where you ask questions and people come in? Like, what can we do? And I'm not really good with this online stuff, but let's figure it out and let's help each other. I want to create an army of survivors turned warriors, and I want to show these psychopaths who we are. We can do it. All of us together. We will. So that's my message today. I want us to heal. I want to help us heal. We can't vibrate low, we have to vibrate high. There's a lot of power in healing, and we have to use it. So I say, with that, give me your ideas. I love you all so much, and more power to us. Peace.